Welcome to day 67 of the school year. All right, let's get down our beginning fraction. We have a total of 180 school days, and we are on day 67. So let's look at 67, see if it's prime or composite. Well, I know it's not even, so that won't help me. 6 plus 7 is 13, so it's not a multiple of 3. So I'm going to check on my prime number sieve. And yes, 67 is circled, so that means our numerator is prime. And since it's prime factorization is done. That is the only prime number I can divide by. So I just have to do the prime factorization of my denominator. Let's see, 1 plus 8 plus 0 is 9. 9 is a multiple of 3, so 3 is a factor. I can get 6 groups of 3 out of 18, and then my placeholder. This ends in a 0, so I can divide by 5. I can get 1 group of 5 out of 6, and that leaves 10, so 2 groups of 5 out of 10. That's even, so I can divide by 2. That's even, so I can divide by 2. I get 3. 3 is prime. I am done. So let's do our prime factorization from least to greatest. 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 5. And our numerator prime factorization is 67. It's the only prime number I can divide by. Are there any common numbers, any 2s, 3s, or 5s up here? Any 67? No. When there's no common prime number factors, our greatest common factor is 1. Let's make our groups of 1. Done. How many total groups of 1 do we have? We have 180. How many are shaded in? 67. Now we still want to prove it with our algorithm. We're going to divide everything into groups of 1. So we're going to divide 180 into groups of 1. And we're going to divide 67 into groups of 1. So let's see, 100 times 1 is 100. Numbers the same, 0 is a game. More on top, no need to stop. Numbers the same, 0 is a game. And then I could do 80 times 1 is 80. Numbers the same, 0 is a game. Add these partial quotients, I get 180. Here, 60 times 1 is 60. More on top, no need to stop. Numbers the same, 0 is a game. And 7 times 1 is 7. Numbers the same, 0 is a game. Add these partial quotients, I get 67. So I still want to check divisor times quotient plus remainder, divisor times quotient plus remainder. Since our remainder is 0 for both, and that is the identity property of addition that says when you add 0, it stays the same, we don't need to add 0. But what we end up with here, and why our division is the way it is when we divide by 1, is we have the identity property of multiplication that says when you multiply by 1, it stays the same. 1 group of 0, 1 group of 8 tens, 1 group of 100, 1 group of 7, 1 group of 6 tens. Stays the same. So that 67 matches our dividend, check. 180 matches our dividend up here, check. So our numerator is definitely 67, and our denominator is definitely 180. So now it's time to go ahead and fill in our data collection page. We're in trimester 2, week 2. Today is 11/13/19, and our fraction for today is 67 180ths. 67 is a prime number, is not a factor of 180, so our greatest common factor is 1 and groups of 1. Since we did groups of 1, you do not have to get out your number line, but I want to show you, here is our day today, 67 180ths. There are no lines below it that line up with it because this is our equivalent fraction in lowest terms. All right, go ahead and erase your worksheet, and thank you for joining me.